Welcome to the Bivouac. This is the game of Canasta. Canasta is in the Rummy family of games. Your goal in this game is to achieve 5,000 points across the entire game. To play this game, you're going to need 2 standard decks of 52 cards, and in total, 4 jokers, 2 from each deck. You're then going to put them all together and shuffle them. After that, you're going to then deal each player 11 cards. In this game, we're going to play a team game of 4 players. In the game of Canasta, you'll be making melds. Melds can be any number that's at least 3. I think it's 11. Of the same number being a set, so 3, 3, 3 are sets. Actually, that'd be an invalid meld. We'll come back to that later. Or in a sequential order, so 4 of spades, 5 of spades, 6 of spades. For example purposes, we're going to flip these cards face up. However, in a real game, you will not have these face up. A player's turn will go as follows. They may either draw the top card of the deck or the top card of the discard pile. If they take the top card of the discard pile, they must be able to use that card in a meld that turn. And they can use whatever cards from the rest of the discard pile or their own hand as they need. If you take the top card of the discard pile, you will also take every other card that is below it. But you do not have to use those, you just have to use the very top one. Now, keep in mind, you can use this top card of the discard pile as an attachment as well. And we'll come back to that in a second. This player cannot use the 7 of hearts, so he's going to draw the top card of the discard pile, and he gets an ace. The point values of this game are 4 through 9 are all worth 5 points. 10 through king are each worth 10 points, and the aces are worth 20 points. 3s are a little bit special. Black 3s, in this case right here, are worth 5 points. Red 3s are worth 100 points. And you must play them immediately when you get them on your turn. So when this person gets their turn, they will discard the 3 of diamonds as part of their board, and they will draw a new card to replace it. Pretty handy. 2s are wild, and jokers are wild as well. Wild cards copy the value of whatever card they're standing in for. So I drew a card, and now I must discard a card. You must always discard a card at the end of your turn. That includes in your final round, so you must have a discard at the end of the game. And I'm going to discard this 6 of clubs. Let's see what this player can do. He's got a 3, 4, 5, so that's 15 points. In order to start the game, you must have at least 50 points worth of a meld or melds to lay down. So you'll have to keep drawing cards until you get that number. This person does not have that yet, and so actually the 3 5s are there. So there he will draw a card. He's got a 9 of clubs. You'll put that next to him. And at this point, when you draw a card, then you can lay down your melds. So this person does not have 50 points worth, because 3, 4, and 5, that's only worth 15. But if you had 50 points, you can lay them down. And every turn after that, you can lay whatever cards you want, including as attachments. So when you lay a meld down, you need at least 3 cards that add to a meld. So, and they can include jokers. But a meld can never have more than half of its cards as jokers. So, for instance, if the meld had 3 cards, it cannot have 2 of them being jokers, or 2s, wilds. You can add to any meld that you have as either your own or your teammates as an attachment. So for instance, if I had this 3, 4, 5 of spades down, the other player could lay the 6 or the 2 of spades for free as an attachment during that meld step of the hand. So the turn goes draw, meld, discard. So this player needs to discard, and they're going to discard the 2 of... Actually, that's a wild. I don't want to do that. That's dumb. He's going to discard the Ace of Hearts, but he doesn't have them. So actually, no, Ace of Hearts, that's worth a lot of points. He's going to... This is bad cards. He's going to get rid of the 5 of Hearts, I guess. Okay. Now, I'm sliding these over ever so slightly because it can be helpful to know what's under it, but really you can only play off the top card. So this player could, if he wanted to, take the 5 and the 6, but I don't think he has enough. He's got 3 jokers. Holy smokes. Okay, he's actually got 4. He's got 4 wilds. Whoa. Whoa there, Buster. Okay, can he actually lay them, though? Let's see. So he's got the 5 and the 7. 5, 6, 7 is 15. 16. 15, 6 to 15, sorry. 20. 25, 30, 35, 40. He's still short. So he can't use it, so he's going to draw a card instead. That's sad. He gets a 4 of hearts. Clubs. That's kind of helpful. And I'll get rid of the 7. That's a dumb idea. What's the keys to the 7? He's going to get rid of the... get rid of the King of Diamonds. That doesn't really help. Although he could just lay 3 kings. That's an option. Get rid of it, though. Alright, the game will continue like this until one player runs out of cards. In order to run out of cards, your team must have at least 1 canasta. To get a canasta, you need 7 of a meld. So a meld must be built up to 7. There are 2 types of canastas. There is a natural canasta, where it's all of the same card, no jokers. Or it could be in ascending order. So basically a canasta of 7 cards, which is a meld that is 7 cards big, and it has no jokers in it, or 2s, wilds. A dirty canasta, or unnatural canasta, is a canasta of 7 cards that has at least 1 wild in it. Natural canastas are worth more points, but of course they are harder to get. Once your team has 1 canasta, you can go out by getting rid of all your cards. Before then, you just are physically unable to go out. You're not allowed to lay cards to go out. If you go out, every other player will subtract what cards they have in their hand from their point total and add what they have on their board. Their board is all the melds that they have in front of them, including any attachments or canastas. Then they will take the difference of the points. There are a couple of, and you'll keep track of this until one player gets to 5,000. There's a couple other special things that happen in this game. For instance, if you have a 3 of diamonds in your hand, as I said before, you'll just discard that and draw a fresh card from it. Oh, good, look at that, another one. Those are worth 100 points each just for having them. Pretty nice. That is the entirety of Canasta. Good luck.